Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final regular season match up in 2024. Yeah, we are there already. Time flies. So we see it's ART versus AHR. So, yeah, what a season it has been. And we're not done yet because the final four is right up the corner. 2 weeks from now, we will see the Final Four tournament happening. So, today's matchup sees two interesting combinations, I think. So, with ART's pick, the Toyota TS050, the hybrid version at Fuji International, the short course, and we will see some rain midway through this race. Spoiler alert. Yik yik. And the second race will be AHR pick. We see the BMW M6 GT3 at Watkins Glen. The long course as well. So two very interesting combinations. This one. Here we go. The starting lineups for both teams on the screen. It's nice to see Play Dutchy back on the ART squad. He was racing with ART last season for a couple of races and he returned for the final race of the season in 2024. Oh, curious to see how he will perform. And then also Tank Pro for AHR. So haven't seen him on the game for quite a while, so good to see him back as well. In terms of the standings, it's after match day 8. So the top 4, they stay the same no matter what the result of today's matchup. RTR, they went 9-0 for the season, beat ORT in the final round. Esports Race Asylum, they're sitting at 7-2 in P3, and ZFS with 5-4 in P5. So AHR have booked their place in the final four standing, and ART sitting in P9 currently. If they win this match, they will jump MRL in the standing. So what's up for today? So quick facts, but I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat knows about those things. The Community Team Cup. So every round, a team versus team event. We have 6 drivers per team on track in the same car. For the 2024 season, we have 10 teams in total, so that's 9 match days in a regular season. And then, as mentioned, we have the Final Four tournament happening in 2 weeks' time with the top 4 battling it out for the crown. So each match day will see 2 30-minute races. The points then are awarded per driver and then added up for the team. Team with the most points wins the match day, of course, across both of the races. Every team pick one race combination. So we saw ART race 1, AHR race 2. That's the track, car, and the weather conditions. Car and track teams have a pool of cars and tracks available for the entire season. They could submit their choices before the start of the season, and once they pick the car and the track, they can't be used anymore tire wear times 6, fuel consumption times 4 set for the season. And as usual, we have the limited set of tires available for each driver across both of the races. So that's 2 of each, the softs, the mediums, the hards, intermediates, and the wets. All right. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Let's jump into the lobby and quickly have a look at our qualifying settings. So we are having the preset weather on, afternoon, SO1, and no tire wear and fuel consumption for this. All right, so giving a little bit of an info for the drivers now, so they can prepare for the session. We will jump into the lobby. I see, so the Toyota LMP1 at Fuji, quite a nice combination, to be honest. And we go livery inspection time. Whoa, microphone, please stay where you are. AHR's take on that car. White, colorful nose, and then a Denso GR inspired line. So white, black, and a little bit of colors. Yeah, that nose. Let's go to the AHR. So you have the classic yellow and blue, but also with a little bit of black happening this time. Nice contrast with the black. So we shouldn't have any issues with both of the cars, the teams, to distinguish them. The dirty air, probably a big factor in those cars in the lobbies. We don't have the custom slipstream available, so it's probably pretty tough to follow around the faster turns. But these LMP1 cars, like high downforce, you want to use all of it. And then also important probably to, let's see, yeah, the hybrid. So how will the hybrid last? Will it last for a lap? What can you do to manage this extra boost for the cars? That is definitely something to look at for the race. So you get a nice little extra boost with the hybrid coming out of the slower corners. But you see it's depleting, and looks like it's not regenerating that fast at all. So that's interesting. All right, so we go. Team qualifying. Just give the infos to the drivers. So we have Wally, we have 3 flying laps for every driver ready. Typing is not my strength. Have a With that being said, we should be ready to start the qualifying session any second. So 10 minutes in total, 5 minutes for every team, and that's 3 flying laps, and it's ART go out on track first in their yellow, blue, and black machines. Here we go. They're off. Coming out of the pits. You see Kyle, Quinny, Chris, Dutchy in the lead, and Hawkers as well. What is the wrong time? It should be early morning. Okay. Should be early morning. Alright. We wait for the lobby to reappear, and then we technical difficulties. Yeah, please hold the line. We are right back, and I have something prepared for those situations. See, boom. Wait. Lobby again. Yeah, the daytime was not as mentioned in the settings, but with the lobby reset, I think time of day got lost. Right, I see the lobby up again. We are still learning. We are checking the settings again. Oh. Looking better now. We can go back full screen. Just waiting for the drivers to join the lobby, and then we can start this qualifying session. Here we go. Quinny, the last one to join and kick in. Alright, here we go. 10 minutes of qualifying action are starting now. Right. This time, Dutchy is not the first driver for ART to get out on track. Bailey also waiting. It's Hockers. Looks out on track. Here we go. We have Kyle, Matt, Chris, Winnie, and Dutchy, your 6 ART drivers for this matchup. So lovely conditions for the qualifying session at the Fuji International Speedway. The short course without the slow hairpin into the Dunlop. It's a bit more flowing, approaching that final sector. Also quicker, it carry way more speed. And Hockers just took that part of the track, going into that final sector now, the twisty part, like with that cars with high aero. Feels weird, I think. Still, so coming around the final turn, the turn with the 300 possible racing lines, and we go on board when Hocker comes around. And look at that cockpit. If you don't like close roofs, probably shouldn't be driving an LMP1 car. Here we go. Approaching the first turn, probably start off the curb on the left hand side. You go hard onto the anchors. First turn, second gear, third gear maybe for traction. No, third gear. And now, way to the left. Is it flat? No, it's not flat. Maybe this Coca-Cola curve, little lift as well. Downhill we go, early on the power for the run. It looked smooth, that exit. And now we approach the Dunlop section. Now we go sweeping right onto right on the exit. Right, very early for that right-hander. Missed that inside apex by a couple of meters. Bringing it back over the curb early on the ball, straight up that wheel. Now going for a wide entry to get the runs. Still we see some hybrid is still left, and now it's go, the run over the line. It will be at 1 minute 23, our first reference time. Should go quicker, I think 22.9. Oh man, Dutchy with a 21.777. Kyle with a 22.3. And what about Quinny? Oh, Quinny spun it. What happened? The car is not moving. A little damage. No, maybe wheel disconnected. I don't know. Not the ideal qualifying start, or maybe it's just a bit of a weird lag happening. No, someone else spun. It was Winnie. Winnie is moving. Chris, I think. I don't know, a bit confused now. Who spun? Actually, still see 6 ART drivers running back, getting out of the way. Whoa, that looked close. A bit too close, maybe, for Dutchy. Second flying lap done. Little improvement for Dutchy, 21.6. No. that mistake, and it's a bit weird to have now cars being mixed, but I mean, that's the risk. If you bottle up one lap of the qualifying session, you might end up behind another car. Oh, final lap for Daci now, and he comes across the line. Will we see an improvement happening? 22-0 Kyle. P2 currently with a 21.9. Quinny in P3. Matt finished the qualifying. Chris as well, and Tokos also coming round. So it will be AHR now on the track. Tank Pro, Slide Rules, Checo, Simon, Bailey, and James, the 6 drivers. And here we go, Tank Pro leading the way. Slide Rules not going for the big toe. Into the first turn we go, and Slide Rules was really close. Still got a nice little toe. And we want to go with the chase cam for the second bit of the qualifying as usual. So we see Tank Pro around little left. Let's back on to the power. And second gear, third gear now on the exit of the curb. And now it's go, go, go. Wait for a possible sector. It is purple already. Nice run for the entry in final sector. Again, tight line early on, the power on the exit losing all of it as throw. Then opening up with that final turn. Bring it back, straight line the wheel, and then go, go, go. We still see a little bit of hybrid is available for Tank Pro, and will it be a new fast lap? No, lost a little bit in that final sector. So Daci 1.5 lengths in front of Tank Pro. Kyle in third, Quinny fourth, Checo fifth, Slide Rules seventh, Simon crosses the line. 11. What about James? James into P4 with a 22.2 second flying lap for James. Will stay with the team leader. See if he can improve. 6/10 combined. Daci with a great lap, and we see purple for James first sector. Fourth gear. Oh, that turn looked smooth, looked fast. Have a look at the exit. Yeah, it carries the speed. Will the hybrid last? That's the question. Still purple. Oh, and it runs a bit too wide on the exit onto the cars. Dirty tires. Got away with it, but probably lost 1 to 2 tenths with that little mistake. Tank Pro improved the lap time. Oh, it's close between Tank Pro and Daci. And what about James coming round that final turn? Still has some hybrid left. Will it be enough to get into the top 3? We had a run for purple. It's P3 for now. So final lap for the AHR drivers. It's because Tank Pro runs right. Oh, giving everything, but is out of hybrid, so I don't think it is possible. It's 3/10 up. Will he regenerate a little bit of that hybrid? A little bit, but probably won't be enough to give him that extra boost coming out of that final turn. Still, it is 3/10. but it's depleted now again, braking for that final turn, taking that narrow line, and now it's the run out of hybrid already. Will we see new pole position? I doubt it without the hybrid, but we'll find out. 7. Now it was close. What about James? James didn't see the sector times. He gets maybe a little bit of a toe. Also hybrid completely depleted by now. And James with the run. 21. No, wasn't meant to be, so play dodgy for ART, taking focus on tank throw. P2 James, P3 Kyle for ART, P4 Gino, Quinny in P5, then it's Checo and Matt. We have Bailey in P8, slide rules 9th, Chris in P10, August 11th, and Simon in P12. Alright, grab those results. And bring them up for you and for me on the screen. We'll go into the intermission and update the score. But that's 3 for ART, 2 and 1 for AHR. That's 3 after the qualifying. Hey, that's easy to calculate, right? But I'm gonna quickly update. I'll stay in the background. See. Simon 12. All right. We have this up for you. So, yeah. Let's quickly check the event settings. Wrong. Time of day is wrong. Hopefully fix that. Check the tire wear. Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, final reset hopefully now. Let me check the settings. So early morning, times 10. We have EOP, it is times 6 and times 4. Seat, times 8 refueling speed, and rest racing tires, none required. We have weak penalties, pit lane line cutting on, and rest is good. Settings good. Now we need to set the grid, and then we can start the first race. Things are getting prepared in the background. Should be ready to go to roll with 30 minutes. at Fuji with some rain, heavy rain also midway through this race. Interesting one, of course, also with the tires. What do you use those conditions? I felt like having rain in those CTC races was really interesting every time with the strategies. So I hope we get another exciting race. So as soon as the grid is ready, can go. Or if you need some input. So Dutchy, Tank Pro, James, Kyle, Vinny, Jacko, Matt, Bailey, Slide, Chris, Hawkers, and Simon. Right. Then let's get ready for the action. 30 minutes, race number 1. Dual tires. Everything is set, so here we go. We see some mediums and some soft tires for the start. Alright, here we go. We see Dutchy on the mediums, Tank Pro mediums, James on the mediums, Kyle with those softs, Twinny on mediums, Checo mediums, Matt mediums, Bailey mediums, Sladros mediums, Hawker softs, and Simon mediums. Alright, let's go. The lights are out. I saw a jump start. An AHR driver or someone spins it in the background. Unlucky, I think someone jumped that start. Not sure what happened there. Tank Pro gets into the lead, but Dutchy is on the inside, and Dutchy gets his nose in front. Tank Pro still there, side by side they go into the next left-hander position, track position for Tank Pro, a little bit of contact, and Kyle on those soft tires tries to go for a move as well. On the inside is still Tank Pro versus Dutchy, and Kyle on those soft tires having the extra grip at the moment, getting around the outside. Dutchy defending the inside line versus Tank Pro. Into the right kink we go, so Dutchy in front of Tank Pro, got a little tap from Kyle, and James are also just there with that lead battle. So I've pressed the save replay marker, but it's no time to play that replay. It's still too close, too much action going on. And we have Dutchy leading after the first race, slipstreaming down that main straight. Tank Pro in P2, both running on the mediums. Kyle on those softs in P3, and James in 4th. We have it's slide rules and Hawkers. Slide rules inside, and someone goes way too deep. It was Chris, but gets it stopped. Jacko in 9th, Simon 10th, Matt P11, and Bailey in P12. So Dutchy with that lead, and let's play that replay from the start. We see unlucky there with the jump start, and then one of the AHR drivers couldn't make it past that ghosting. They spun, and then we have like this battle. It was close between Dutchy and Tank Pro challenging for that first corner. Just enough room on the inside for Dutchy. And since then, Dutchy stays in that lead. So back to the live racing action. Dutchy still leading. Tank Pro with a half-second penalty. He will lose that position. It's 1.3. He might just get lucky to keep that P2. It's a second. Kyle with the run and James right behind. Go. James first flag, and that's the Tank Pro defending that inside position. So nowhere to go for now. So Tank Pro stays in P2. And it's Kyle and James. With 1.8 seconds for Dutchy already, so nice little gap out of that slipstream range. I guess at roughly 10-12 minutes we will see the rain approaching. The question is also, will those soft tires last that long? We see Kyle is using those soft tires and wear is already kicking in, especially on the front left tire. Still close. Bit of a drift happening. For James now, James with the run, with the slipstream. This could be the move happening. So pulls out of that slipstream alongside Tank Pro, providing some slipstream, some tow. No braking for the first turn. James on the inside moves up into third position. It's Kyle in fourth. Winnie in P5. Hoppers in sixth, just in front of Checo. In seventh, Slide Rules in P8. Then 4 seconds to Simon in P9. Bailey up to P10. Matt and Chris P11, P12. And I feel like we already see that cloud cover. The sunshine is gone, so the clouds are moving towards the track. 5 minutes into this race. We don't have access to the weather radar on those cars, unfortunately. But the visuals, they don't lie, and the settings also don't lie. So, you know, it's menacing clouds approaching slowly towards the track. Dutchy 2.5 seconds, 2.6. The Tank Pro in second, James in third, Kyle in fourth. So let's quickly run through the pit. Queenie in fifth. Hawkers with 2 AHR drivers right behind. Checo and Slide Rules gaining in that slipstream a little bit. And Simon bit in no man's land. Bailey, Matt and Chris. You see the lights on those cars now. It's getting darker. And getting darker means more clouds. The good clouds, if you want to see rain happening. So 6.5 minutes in, and maybe we see the rain before the 10-minute mark. Tires still looking okay for Dutchy. The same goes for Tank. They're on the same pace. James in third with Kyle still behind. Those soft tires slowly getting towards the end of their life. That maximum 2 bar laps, I say, for those soft. So it's a run now against the time, I think, for Kyle. Probably hoping, expecting to see that rain arrive a bit earlier in that lobby. It is. It's no rain so far. And the gap between Dutchy and Tankro still losing 1/2 a lap, between 3 seconds. That's still close, and driving in the rain is definitely something different in those cars as well. So Kyle's tires are toast. That didn't last very long, but he probably has to go for another lap. There's no rain, and yeah, this will be painful, I think, this lap. And will we have the rain the end of that lap? It still looks just very overcast. Hawkers lost 2 positions, see him running with damage, but the soft tires still looking okay for Hawkers. Simon under pressure, Matt with the run. Simon defending the inside line. It's Matt around the outside, outbreaks himself a little bit, but gets the better exit speed. Will they go step aside into the next turn? No. Simon defends this position for now. Stays in P9, Matt in 10th. Chris and Bailey in P12. So P9 to P12. It is really close. Simon picked up a penalty. Chris has a look down the inside of that nose. Oh, it didn't happen. The rain still not on the track, and oh, Kyle with those tires. That is. It's another lap, right? It's another lap. So rain hasn't arrived within the first 10 minutes, but it should be coming. 5 seconds the gap. What Dutchy? Tankro had a penalty, not sure. James with a penalty, half a second. And Winnie now up to P4. Kyle nursing those tires now. What about Checo? 4.5. 3.3 to cycle to P7 Hawkers. After that mistake in P8, Simon versus Matt again, going deep, and with the switcheroo, it's Matt and Chris getting past Simon. Simon, who lost 3 positions, I think, going a little bit too deep into the first turn. It's still 9, 10, 11, 12, really close, and everyone like, hey, dude, where's the rain? Yeah, I know. Medium still looking good for the drivers, and they will do another lap on those tires. Tankro a bit wide, maybe got away with it. James serving that penalty now, and Winnie staying out. Kyle needs to run another lap on that tires. I think that didn't go to plan at all. Starting on those softs, lost 2 seconds to Checo in P6, and we go to this little group: Chris, Matt, Bailey, and also Simon. Still close with this one. So what to do now for Kyle? So he has no grip at all. Checo around the outside. no drama, and I think Kyle knew about the risk, he gambled and didn't work. We see the rain now coming, and Dutchy staying out for another lap. Tank Pro, also it's light rain for now. Just a few drops, nothing appeared on that track so far, but I'm gonna show it. Kyle is going for that pit stop now. Get some intermediates probably and hope to see a wet track when he comes out of that pit. So a little bit of wetness now on the track. Still like 10% or so, nothing major. Maybe it's still okay to for those soft tire runners to not destroy those intermediates right from the get-go. So intermediates for Kyle. And Hockers goes on to the intermediates as well. Now the rain is picking up. We hear it. It's still beneath the first bar on the track wetness indicator, but I'm pretty sure the rain will be increasing. Dutchy staying out, taking that line, still feeling comfortable running on those tires. Tank Pro into the pits. Same goes for James. 2-3 into the pits. Quinny taking that inside line, yeah, into the pits we go. Jacko following the ART driver in P4. Slide rules now. It's probably the time to go on to a wet compound. We have our rate on that radar, and I just saw that Tank Pro went onto the heavy wets. James doing the same. We saw intermediates for some of the drivers. And what about Dutchy? Dutchy still running on those warm mediums into the final sector. Now we are above the first line. Is there still enough grip on those tires for Dutchy? That is the question. The final sector will be slippy, will be tricky. Now he's running wide onto the curb. Yeah, no grip on those slicks. Now so be careful to not spin that car. The rears. Now that final turn won't be having any grip at all. Let's see, can he manage it? He will be losing, I think, at 4 or 5 seconds. Whoa, big twitchy rear end, but he manages to keep that car going. And now into the pits go. Also tricky pit entry on slick tires. Into the pits for Dutchy. Here comes Tank Pro early on those wet tires. 6 seconds to gap to James. And I think without a mistake on that out lap, Tank Pro might jump Dutchy. Dutchy stayed out a bit too long for my liking. Went for that extra lap. Tank Pro crosses the start finish, and Dutchy goes out onto the inters. Just stays in front of Tank Pro, but that gap has come down. It was 5-6 seconds before that pit stop, and now Dutchy running on inters versus Tank Pro running on wet. So we see the heaviest section of that rain now, but it's nearly heavy wet conditions. It's still okay for inters, but we are approaching that second line on that indicator, and we are above it now. So for the next 2, 3, 4 minutes maybe, heavy wets are the go-to tire, but after that it will dry and intermediates might be the better option. So James in third, Quinny on inters in fourth, Checo on wets in P5, Kyle. So ART going for intermediates while we see the AHR drivers using the heavy wets. Interesting choice definitely for the drivers. So everyone Boya team is using the intermediates, trying to survive it somehow, and AHR went full on heavy wet conditions, and it's now the Tank Pro with that superior grip on the heavy wets, but it will try towards the end of that race, so will those heavy wet tires last? Tank Pro approaching, laid on the brakes, not braking on the racing line, but the drivers. Dodgy goes a bit too deep, gets the extra grip on the outside, and it's Tank Pro close behind. We go on board, see those threat drops on the windscreen, and now dreadful conditions at Fuji, but now it's high advantage for Tank Pro, but Dodgy doing very well to keep this car on intermediates on the track. Now Tank Pro with the better acceleration, better grip coming out of the right-hander. He's trying to send it, wasn't close enough, but still has more traction. Whoa, again, there are marbles on the outside, not that much grip. Has to be patient, close, oh, went on to the curb, and the Astro went on and loses more than a second with that tiny little mistake. Again, going for the wide line, crosses those marbles, stays away from the racing line, and then gets the good run. James in third, closed that gap, 3.5 seconds. Quinny in fourth, Checo in P5, slide rules up to P6. Kyle in P7, he was the first to pit on intermediate, struggling, but now we see the rain is not that strong anymore, and also the conditions on the track. We are above, no, not above the second bar anymore, we just dropped below. Slide rules into the pits early. Wet tires, whoa. That's interesting. And we don't want to miss the battle for P1. Dodgy now, probably these intermediates are starting to shine now. A little bit of wear on those sweats for Tank Pro is still probably just around the crossover point between the two tire compounds. But it's not raining anymore, and we have 9 minutes 40 seconds to go. It's side by side, and Tank Pro tries to go for a move. Dodgy defending it, goes a bit too deep into the final turn. This is the opportunity for Tank Pro with a good run. They're coming side by side out of that final turn. It's a run to the line. It's a drag race. No, Tank Pro into the pits. Alright, that is all. James doing the same, so I'm quite surprised to see the AHR drivers going into the pits that early on those wet tires, and they will be using fresh intermediates probably and try and get till the end of that race. Yeah, Tank Pro on to the intermediates. Really on the intermediates, we didn't see them where, so Quinny jumped James with that strategy for now, and challenging Tank Pro now for P2. James with a 3-second penalty. That was mid exit, mid entry, I don't know. One of those, more likely the entry. Checo stayed out on wet tires. Kyle on intermediates. Chris in P7, Matt in P8. Those intermediates are not a go-to tire. Slide rules in P9. Simon on wets in P10. Hockers, inters, and Bailey fresh set of inters. So it's nearly 20 seconds to get Daci to Tank Pro after the pit stop. And Quinny P3, James will lose that P4, maybe to his teammate. Yeah, it's 3 seconds. And maybe also Kyle with the opportunity to get past James. So James is forced to slow down now. 3 seconds, that's a long, long time. And Checo goes through. Kyle goes through. James drops down to P6 and no hybrid as well when serving that penalty. Still nowhere basically on those intermediate tires for the Daci Tank Pro in second. Medium wet inters now, and all of the ART drivers just went directly to the intermediate tires, didn't bother going to the wets for 2 laps. Checo got past Kyle. Checo is still running on the wets and Kyle intermediates, and see now Kyle inside and gets past Checo. Checo trying to show his nose, giving James a nice little run. James is back with Kyle. Whoa! And Kyle with a massive spin coming out of that final turn. Probably just caught that Astro on the outside of the final turn, so down to P6 for Kyle. And James up to P4, Checo P5. 5.5 minutes to go. I don't expect the drivers to go into the pits. The Daci 19 seconds, Tank Pro in second and Quinny in third. Quinny, James under 4 seconds. That gap. Is it possible for James to close it and fight for the podium? Checo in fifth. Then Kyle after that spin in P6, Chris in P7. Slide rules a 1 second penalty, a massive cut somewhere on the track. I will lose that position to Matt very soon. Hockers in 10th, Bailey in 11th, and we see Simon coming out on soft tires to risk it for a biscuit. Nothing to lose, I guess. And we see some blue flags for Simon. See Daci. What happened to Tank Pro? Tank Pro had a massive mistake somewhere. Lost that position to Quinny. Maybe spun somewhere on those inters, so Tank Pro down to P3. James in fourth and Checo P5. So we have 1, 2 for ART, and Daci got past Simon. No issue. Under 4 minutes to go. 25 seconds. What a dominant performance for Daci with his return to CTC. Quinny in second has to defend that position from Tank Pro and James. Inter's still looking okay, but we clearly see that dry racing line now, and the tires, intermediates, they will get shredded. Trying to find the gap somewhere. You see James with the run and searching those wet hybrids on the track, not many of them left. And Quinny staying in P2. James moves up into P3. I think he has the better tires compared to Tank Pro. Oh, Tank Pro with the better tires. Quinny defending for his life to keep that P2. 26 seconds, the gap still to Dutchy. 2 minutes to go. Will it be another lap? Extra lap for Dutchy? Maybe. Well, this is the penultimate lap for Quinny, James and Tankro. Pretty sure about that. And the two AHR drivers so close, trying to find a way past Quinny. So yeah, Dutchy will be doing the extra lap, and James going wide, going for maybe the run out of that final turn. It's half a second, 4 tenths, 3.5 tenths, massive run, 4 now. I think Quinny has some hybrid left. Wow, look at that, great energy management for Quinny, and James and Tankro not able to get close. A little bit of contact between James and Quinny, but Quinny stays in P2, and it's Tankro now looking down the inside. No, Quinny keeps that position. James into 4th, Tankro P3. Oh, it's all kicking off. Yeah, Quinny doing a fantastic job keeping those two drivers right behind. Tankro with a massive set down the inside. Can he keep it? No, nearly. James with the slide, and they go side by side out of that turn. Quinny has the inside line again, the better line for that next right-hander again. Tankro, come on, camera, give me something better. Oh, they're going side by side again. And Tankro, it slides it. Overcooked it. Quinny in P2. It's 50 seconds to go. So Dutchy with that extra lap, that victory lap. Quinny versus James, and Tankro overcooked the tires. They are done. It is James versus Quinny. Can Quinny hold on to that P2? Oh, it's close. Quinny has fully charged hybrid. I think that's a lifesaver for Quinny. He will keep that P2. 1-2 finish for ART. James will finish in P3. Tankro in 4th. Then we have Chris for ART. P5. Kyle versus Slide Rules also. Kyle, that tires, but nearly a fully charged battery coming out of that final turn. And Kyle in P6, Slide Rules P7. It is Matt in 8th. Bailey will finish in P9. The looks and Huckers having trouble there with all the tires dead now, half a second. So Bailey will get that P9 for AHR. It's Huckers serving that penalty in P10, and here comes Dutchy with that victory. And then we have Checo and Simon, P11 and P12 for AHR. Yeah, James beaten by the hybrid. Exactly, that was the difference coming out of that final turn. Quinny had so much more hybrid. Oh, let's quickly grab those results. Then bring them up for you. Go to the intermission thing and update the results for you. Be back in a second. The results, that is, of course. Second. James finishes in 3. Oh. Echo and Simon. All right. So, let's see if I can bring up the scores for you. Yeah, here we go. So 70-46 after that first race for ART. Oh. Nice lead, that's 24 points, right? We'll see if that deficit can be overcome by AHR at second race. Get that off, and then we go to the second combination. That's the BMW M6 GT3 at Watkins Glen International. No rain. I can tell you that already. No rain for this race. So we'll have the drivers warming up a little bit. We go into the lobby and do a little bit of a livery watch. So, wait, my thumb is not working. So ART, that yellow and blue, not that much black this time. And then we go for the AHR entry, their pick, their car. Yellow, black and red it is for AHR. Right. Well, let's give the drivers, I think, 5-6 minutes of warm up for the race, and then we go to the qualifying settings here at Watkins Glen, the full layout, the long course in dawn conditions. But it was pretty much from dusk till dawn, yeah. It's very atmospheric. I don't know if this is an actual English word. It is a German word. There's a lot of atmosphere definitely with those settings. Like not much sun left on that track. You see the lights still. See, It's not completely dark, so this is a lovely setting. Probably also a bit cooler temperatures. Maybe the idea to help the tires last a little bit longer. This one, oh, Tokyo Drift. Right, so we're seeing soft, mediums, and hards in the warm-up session. So again, no clue about the go-to tire strategy for this one. Let's put it that way. I will be surprised if I see the racing softs for the race. So, or probably a medium hard strategy happening. Medium is not possible for AHR. I think they all went on a medium for the first race. We had a couple of soft tire runners for ART, I think. Kyle and Hockers, maybe they can run medium on this combination. The rest probably will go with a medium hard medium strategy. What can we say about the Watkins clan track? It was added to the GT7 track roster. I like this track. It took me quite a while to actually get semi-decent on it, but it has a nice flow, I think. And usually you see some good racing with that big run up towards the bus stop chicane. But also you see like James, they're struggling on the exit. Probably a penalty. Yeah, so that's a big risk. T1, that penalty, and the penalty zone is also just after an uphill part, and you get to slow down again really harsh. So not the best penalty zone in the game, but those long sweeping turns are really enjoyable. But also not too easy on the tires in the end. So that's maybe also something to keep in mind. Yep. Definitely, yeah. So, we're nearly ready to start the quali warm-up thing. All right, 5 minutes of qualifying warm-up. Just some River. I had hopes. But of course, you have a quick look at the settings to see if everything is fine. We set weather as free dawn. Well, conditions don't have your consumption of tire wear. It's looking good, I think. Got yourself a blue badge now, River. And you know the saying, with big power comes big responsibility, or the other way around. I don't know, we messed up the film quotes, like from dawn till dusk and the other thing. You know what I mean? The Spider-Man quote. Whatever. So yeah. We just inform the drivers about the quali procedure. It's oh, that was wrong. I still cannot type with the keyboard on my lap. Just have to do it very slowly. And we should see 2 flying laps this time around. Flying laps per driver. Good luck, I guess. So we see 143 low. And James is smashing it by the looks. Here we go. Qualifying. Race number 2 is underway. It's again 10 minutes in total, 5 minutes for the teams to set their lap times. I think we have who's in front. Simon leading the train for AHR. See if he keeps in front. All all 6 are out on track. James in the mid pack. Tectro got in front of the slide rules. Let's see how they sort the track positions. So Simon backing out. I think it's Checo who will be our on-board driver for the first flying lap. Here we go, coming around that final turn, we go on board. Well, let's go. Crosses the line and starts the first flying lap. Braking 200 board. Inside curve early on the power, don't run too wide. Stay with on these curves with one of your tires. Now flat out through the S's, uphill we go. The run towards the bus stop chicane. On the left hand side, 300 board, roughly I think. Oh, third gear, that not sure about that. It's like car hit the rev limiters. Maybe fourth gear for more stability. Into the horseshoe section. The boot section, the horseshoe is Daytona. Sorry about that. It's the boot, of course, at Watkins Glen. Uphill we go, and you see the penalty zone. Still uphill, so you want to avoid those penalties, definitely. Into the final sector again, don't run too wide on the exit here, it was okay I think. Be patient, if you're too early you hit the wall and also risk getting a penalty. And now the final 2 turns, stay within those limits as well. Let's say 44.3. James with a 43.4. Tectro 42.6. Look at that. He was sent in with that warm-up session. Slide rules 43.7. We saw Checo's 44. And with Simon with a penalty, oh, that's not happening. And Bailey in P8, 1 minute before the ART drivers can get out on track. 42.6, I mean that's a different level, I guess. Here we see some improvement happening. Wait for the next split sector time to appear. We got some tires screaming for help. Comes around the right hander and we wait for, yeah, even quicker. The Tectro coming round, we'll see the next sector time. Lost a little bit, but still 2 tenths up. Where's James? James comes around 41, 42. Won't be an improvement for James. Tectro in 42.2. Wow. Wow. Slide rules finished, Checo finished, Simon and Bailey as well. So let's see the ART drivers, Hockers, Chris, Kyle, Matt, Dutchy and Quinny, the 6 drivers for ART again. Those on track for now. Hockers with a little gap, so he probably will be starting the first time lap for ART. So I guess we'll stay with Hockers then. He's slowing down. No, not really. Still that gap. Comes round that final turn, we go on board the chase cam. Now let's go! 42.451. Is it possible for anyone? Stayed within the track limits, early on the power. Good run. Braking for the bus stop. Hot gear. Stable through that bit. Time and early on the power again. Don't try too hard on the exit. Yeah, that looked nice. Just after 200 broad, dropping into second gear. Onto the power again. Run. Yeah, a little bit of space still there on the outside. Into the uphill right-hander again, second gear early on the throttle, looking like a really good lap so far, braking in between 200 and 100, nice and tidy. Final sector, now again, tight line, maybe too tight, I'm sure, understeered a little bit. Final two turns now, little lift. Now on to third gear. And now final turn. Good run. 44 maybe. 44.3 P5 it is for now for Hockers. Kyle 44.7. Matt 46. Quinny 44.6, and where is Dutchy? Dutchy up to P3, close behind. Oh, someone was sideways, just got out of the way. Luckily. So Dutchy a bit down all the time, so needs to find 1.5 tenths roughly to get up to P2. P1 is probably out of reach. Look at 43.6 for Dutchy and a 42.4 for Tango. This was insane lap. And Dutchy. We'll see the next split. Oh, gained half a second. Look at that massive run through that middle sector. So up for front row start for Dutchy for ART. Will he get into the 142? It's close. It's close. Looks like no mistake through this bit. Hockers with a 43.7 improved time, but not on position, and Dutchy will get a 0.8 up to P2. So Tango, Dutchy, and Matt with a massive lap, 43.1 up to P3. James in fourth, Slide Rules P5. Hockers finished qualifying in sixth. Quinny 7th, Checo P7, Chris 8, Winnie 7th, that's the Checo 8, Chris in P9, Kyle in 10th, Simon and Bailey. Those are your drivers. So we wait for the result. Well, then qualifying timer to finish. And then we can update the results. So Bankro 3 points for AHR, Dutchy 2, Matt 1 for ARG, and that's 3 all after the qualifying, so nothing changed. On points so far. So. It's a long timer by the looks. Where's everyone else? In the pits already, so they're just waiting for the timer then to finish. In seconds, all right. It's not too long, and we can grab the in-game qualifying results. Here. Times, and I'll double check them. Hey. So we have Bank Pro, Dutchy, Matt, James, Slide Rules, of course, Queenie, Checo, Chris, Kyle, Simon, and Bailey. All right. It's good. Let's check the lobby settings. Have Dawn. So 3, 5 times 1 written down. Form. No, I don't want to drive. Oh, see, times 1, Dawn, SO3, times 4, first, 3, racing all week, on. Oops. right? And we're going into the race. Let's go! Oh, it is a bit dark. A bit dark, maybe. I can't see anything. But here we go. We're off for the second and final race of the regular season 2024 here at CTC. It's Tank Pro. Everyone going a bit wide on that first turn. Tank Pro on hard tires, James on hard tires, Hockers on the mediums, Matt on the hards, Dutchy on the hard tires. Oh, and now it's close. Dutchy on the inside of his teammate Matt. They're going, keep it pressed. Some cars slip off the track. Slide rules with a bit of a wiggle. You can see a couple of penalties appearing for the drivers, but no one crashed by the looks. And I think I spoke too soon. So there was something happening. Something was happening. We'll see if we can catch it. Oh, slide rules just went onto the grass, into the barrier directly. Don't think there was any other car involved. Let's have a quick look at the grid after the first lap nearly. So Tank Pro leading, James in P2, Hockers in third, Dutchy in fourth, Quinny P5, Chris in sixth, then Simon 7th, Bailey 8th, Kyle in P9, Checo in 10th, Matt 11, and slide rules after that little mistake in P12. So one lap done. Let's have a look at the tire situation. Tank Pro on hards, James on hards, Hockers mediums, Hockers can run mediums, Dutchy on those hards to mediums, probably Winnie going on the hard tires as well. Simon is on mediums, defending that position against Chris. Going side by side into the bus stop, and Simon tries to keep that position and going sideways. Tough, hard racing, but everyone survives. So Simon keeping that position. Kyle on mediums. Kyle can also go mediums if he wants to, of course. Chris with a bit of a slide lost that position to Checo in P8, but as Chris dives down the inside of Bailey. Bailey's still there on the hard tires. Checo is well on hard tires. Bailey, we saw Bailey is using the mediums. Matt on the hards and slide on those hards as well. So the first two with Tank Pro with a nice little gap, but then James under pressure. Hockers with a great run on those medium tires. Definitely has the advantage for now. So can Hockers challenge James, force him into a little mistake. We'll see fastest lap for Hockers for now on those mediums. More grip. James missed that apex and now is under pressure. Can he defend that run? He will probably go very defensive early. Inside line we go. Nice little switchback between James and Hockers. So I think we'll have a look at this once again. James defended that inside line nicely. Hockers around the outside. It's a little bit unsettled, that car. Came across James' nose. So James stays in P2 for now, but not for long. Again, it looks like that Hockers has the run, has more grip on those medium tires for now. Again, will we see James defending an inside line? No. At a gap, so could take his usual racing line. Dutchy in P4, looking and waiting if something happens. Oh, Hockers! The car got loose on the exit. Probably too early on the power, yeah. Avoids the spin, but loses the time. So now into P4, Dutchy now in that slip, half a second to James. 3 seconds in the gap between James and Tank Pro at the front. Dutchy is close. Will he get the run? 3/10. Again, will we have the same situation as last time? James going defensive early again. Ignoring the inside line. No, he doesn't. He'll slide this one. No, now he's defending the inside line. Dutchy stay put. Oops. Wrong. One Hockers with a penalty. Just saw that. Dutchy playing it safe, I think. Not risking it for now. Just very close rear to bumper between James and Dutchy. It's still early doors, like, whoa, again. The hard tire still on that BMW. Don't feel that, like 1.5 seconds for Hockers. Oh, big penalty. Kyle and also Quinny. But we have 3, 4, 5 and 6 for ART at the moment. Checo in P7 with Simon and Bailey. 3 AHR drivers. Then it is Matt after a superb qualifying. P3 down to P10, unfortunately. Slide rules in P11 got past Chris. Chris maybe with a mistake. 57 on lap 3 here. That looked like an off track somewhere. Stage 3 seconds for Tank Pro. 1.4 between James and Dutchy for now. So a little mistake at some point on the last lap for Dutchy. Then we have the ART, Nitros, Kyle, Quinny and Hockers. Hockers again with another half a second penalty, but has the slipstream and 2.3 seconds that gap to Checo in P7. Then we have Simon and Bailey. And Matt going for it. No, Matt staying behind that group for now. We saw Bailey out of shape through that bus stop and 2 positions lost after that little mistake. Still is there on the inside. No, backs out. Matt goes a little bit deep. And then again on the hard tires, struggling to find that grip. Bailey on the outside, but there's a 1 second penalty. So he will lose that position for now. Trying to go for that cutback move. Go on to the grass. This is a penalty for Matt. I'm not so sure about it. Yep, it is a penalty. And I wanted to have a look at Bailey's bus stop here, all over the place. Grass, then dirty tires, and couldn't hold that line. So lost those 2 positions and gets the 1 second penalty. Slatul slowly catching with the drivers in front. Chris 3 seconds behind. The James now starting to find some pace. Gap stays the same between Tank Pro and James. 3 seconds, 1.3 to Dutchy as well. Not much happening between those 3 drivers. Kyle with a 44.9 on medium tires with that fastest lap of the race so far, but I'm pretty sure that second stint we will see mediums for all of the drivers. It will be an even playing field, and we'll see those fastest lap time coming down. Quinny and Hawker's P5, P6. Checo still 2.2 seconds-ish, so gaps have like calmed down. The racing now getting, finding the rhythm and preparing for that second stint. So how long will those mediums last? That's the question. Let's have a look at Hawkers, get an impression. So it's 60% down after 10 minutes, so maybe you can make them work for 14-15 minutes. Simon, we were running through the order. Matt, Bailey, Slide Rules, and Chris. A little bit of gaps between the drivers, but can change after that pit stop. So they're on hards, mediums for Bailey. Maybe they will be with the opposite strategy, medium to hards. Then Matt on the hards could go to the mediums. Simon on the mediums will probably go to the hards. And then we have everyone from P7 upwards waiting for the pit stop and go on to the medium tires to finish this race. So Checo on hards, under 2 seconds to go. Quinny and Hawkers, they're close for, grass for Hawkers. Not sure if this was a cut, we'll find out. Yeah, there you go, sorry for that. Because Kyle with a 1.5 second penalty and Dutchy right behind James now. James with a little bit of a mistake, lost half a second to Tantro, and that half a second to Dutchy, and here we go. Dutchy is back in that battle for P2. The top three running on the hard tire compounds, so all with the same strategy. Going quicker and quicker by the looks. The fuel load is getting down, or should help with the lap times. We see an early pit stop happening, no. 4 tenths between Dutchy and James. Tantro nearly 4 seconds up the road. Was it a bit wide for James? Maybe just got lucky, got away with it, but we see Dutchy with the run again, coming out of the S's. James going defensive. 6th gear for Dutchy's trying to go around the outside. There's contact between James and Dutchy. Bit of unlucky contact for both of the drivers. This helps Tantro in the long term, but Dutchy made that move stick for now. So it was like the same as we saw earlier, like going around the outside, and then at some point you cut across the nose in the other car. It could have ended in disaster, but both kept it on the track somehow, and they continue this battle. But now with Dutchy in P2 and James in 3rd. Kyle on mediums in P4. Hawkers. Oh, Checo got past Quinny. Both are under hard tires. So Checo in that ART sandwich. Hawkers, Quinny, and in between Checo. A little bit of a twitchy exit. Nothing too major. Keeping it tidy through the penultimate turn. And we see the early pit stop, probably Hawkers into the pits. Whoa, Checo, that looked scary for a moment. We'll see his perspective. Oh, that pit entry always tricky. Oh no, he didn't want to go into the pits. He nearly lost the rear doing that. And let's go through the TV camera. 5.7 seconds to lead for Tankro, and I'm pretty sure we'll see the drivers hitting soon as well. James got past Dutchy. Probably the same move into the bus stop with reversed road. So James up to P2 again. Dutchy right behind in third position. Checo moved up to P4 with the other drivers hitting on those mediums. And they have to go to the medium tire once again for the final 14.5 minutes. So again, close racing between those two. Wait for Tankro into the pits probably, or stay out for another lap. We'll see, stay out for another lap. Not trusting those mediums to last. Half a second for James, and James tight line pitting early, going for the undercut. No, Dutchy following James doing the same strategy. What about Checo? Tires still looking okay, staying out for another lap maybe on those hards. Yes, he does. Simon on those mediums. Oh, going for another one on their tires. Slide rules, also staying out on hards, going for a shorter stint on the mediums. Chris also on the hard tires. And Bailey on mediums also doing that extra lap, that lap where everyone will suffer. And Dutchy jumped James during that pit stop. Also Kyle got past James with the undercut. Kyle into the pits earlier than the other drivers with the run. So James put in a little bit of more fuel, maybe also used up more fuel than Dutchy, and this gave the ART driver the advantage from now on. Then also James having that half a second penalty is not really helpful to stay with Dutchy and Kyle in that battle for P2 probably. You see Tankro's fuel is basically not existent, so he will be pitting this lap. Be careful on that entry, don't understeer. Oh, that was close to that yellow line, but could be okay. Checo will be doing the same. The fuel is low into the pits. They go. We have slide rules also. A bit of a slide happening. Fuel better. Chris following, and Simon doing the same. Kyle 1 second to Dutchy, and James, after serving that penalty, still has that slipstream. So here we go. Tankro coming out of the pits. Mediums, and away we go. Kyle in second. Dutchy third, and James fourth. So that battle for P2 between Kyle, Dutchy and James far from over. 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Quinny in P5, followed by Hoppers. Then we have Checo 7 seconds roughly that gap to P6. Matt up to P8 in front of slide rules. Chris, Simon out on hards, and Bailey 3 seconds. At pit entry probably, and going for mediums again, so not sure This was a mistake. The tires will be checked after the race. Tank Pro with that 4th second should be safe, I think. And Kyle with a half a second penalty will lose that position to Dutchy. Soon still gives him some slipstream assist, and James is nearly out of that slipstream. Now 1.3, got a good run through the final 2 turns back into the lower end of that slipstream. Car pushing. And now providing a nice little tow for Dutchy. 1.6, it will be going up probably. We'll probably see the position change happening earlier than expected, not utilizing the full tow. Dutchy up into 2nd position. Kyle then 3rd with that half second, and James roughly 1 second behind. I think Kyle will lose that P3 to James this lap when serving this penalty. It gave his teammate Dutchy a nice little cushion to play with. So now Kyle is serving that penalty off the racing line. Very nice, and James tries to go for the run. No, James had not an ideal exit. Stays behind Kyle. Oh, didn't expect that, to be honest. Now looking down the inside, forcing Kyle a bit wide. We go side by side into the next left-hander. Is it possible to do it? Yeah, Kyle has the inside line for the final turn. James has to back out. Has to go for the cutback move. No, not going to happen. Will we see a dive down into the first turn? Kyle going defensive. James backing out. He knows he will get that run out of the first turn up towards the bus stop chicane. Oh, he just kept it within the track limits. Now we see him playing with that throttle. Doesn't want to be too close at this stage. And Kyle using the inside line. 6th gear for James. Kyle with that run. Braking late, too late maybe for the bus stop. Oh, he keeps it nice and steady. And 3 seconds between Kyle and Dutchy already. That's teamwork. Kyle going too deep, but yeah, somehow defending that position again. James around the outside. Is it possible? Has to let off the power. No, on to the power again. Kyle again defending the inside line, but this time I think James can go around the outside. It's tricky. Trying to go for that switcheroo. It's still Kyle versus James. This time James has the outside line. James, can he hold it? He's early on the power and he makes that move. Still great racing between James and Kyle. Well done, well done. So we'll go for that replay once again. That's how you do it, kids. Much respect, clean racing. Oh, and then James runs wide. This will be a penalty. Pretty sure. Saw all of the tires. 1 second there. Wow. That's a punch in the gut for James after doing that great overtake. He'll lose that position. And also Dutchy had a poor run. Also Kyle up into P3 and James in 4th and serving a 1 second penalty. He will be out of slipstream probably. Oh no. So Tank Pro is 7.2 seconds, he's gone. Dodgy in P2 probably as well. Kyle in third. James still close, but that 1 second penalty is gonna... That's not really what James was hoping for. So let's see, 0.3 serving that penalty now. Probably go up to roughly 2 seconds. Is it possible within the final 5 minutes to bring the gap down again? Quinny and Hockers P5 and P6 for the 2 ART. Travis then Chaco in 7th. Matt in 8th. Serve the penalty slide rules. Gap is coming down, 1.5 seconds roughly. It's Chris in 10th and then Simon and Bailey P11. P12 currently, so we'll stay with Kyle and see. It got 2.5 seconds roughly now. James, the tires are looking better. I think Kyle went for the undercut, went in early, so maybe the tires will die on that final lap. So 2 seconds sounds like a big gap, but if those tires die on the final lap, you easily lose 1.5 to 2 seconds in that lap, maybe even in that final sector. Kyle is definitely pushing. Oh, Dodgy with a 1 second penalty as well. That bus stop. Oh. So Dodgy will lose P2 to Kyle. And James under 2 seconds to those 2 drivers. Let's have a look at the tire situation between Dodgy and James. That is even Steven between those 2, but Kyle's tires are looking worse, and this might be the deciding factor towards the end if Kyle can keep that podium for ART. It's 2 more laps to go. Could be okay. Maybe that final lap will be a little bit iffy, sketchy, but yeah, all good. Tank Pro, that's his race. Pole position, fastest lap in 11 seconds lead. Kyle in second, Dodgy third, and James smells a little bit of slipstream. 1.4, 1.5. So that again, the bus stop. Keep it clean. Don't cut too much. That looked okay. James is pushing 1.3 with a great run, bringing that gap down to Kyle and Dodgy. Quinny and Hockers 5th and 6th, so they're having a nice little inner team battle. No position Checo in 7th, Matt, slide rules. And Chris is also pushing. Oh no, it's Chris, slide rules, Matt, also not over this one. And 1.5 minutes to go. Close. Really close now between the drivers and Kyle's tires. Yeah, this could get interesting on that final lap. Kept it within the track limits, and now starting that final lap of the race. Tank Pro checked out. 11.6 seconds. Kyle starts that final lap. White flag. Dodgy in third, and James within a second. Pushing. Wow, very hard. Too hard, maybe. Just kept it on the curb, I think. But lost a little bit of time. 1.3 seconds. Kyle and Dutchy, they will probably keep a Dutchy with purple sector. Nice little slip towards the person. One more time. Playing it safe. Don't risk any track limits now. 1.4. Is there a chance for James to grab a podium? Kyle now is the front left. But Dutchy has the wingman right behind, so could be enough to keep that double podium for the ART drivers, and it's Tankro who comes around that final turn and brings home a victory for AHR in that second race. Well done, Kyle. A bit wide, kept it on the curb by the looks. Final turn, and Kyle gets a P2 Dutchy, P3, and James in fourth. Then we have Winnie and Huckers P5 and P6 for ART. Checo in P7 over the line. Matt slide rules, and Chris, that's also close to the wall. Matt in P8, slide rules in P9, and Chris in 10th. We have Simon in P11, and Bailey finished that race in P12. Simon, the last driver to see that checker flag, and he finishes the race in P11. Right. Play. Take the screenshots. Go back to my lovely intermission screen. Get rid of that. And then gonna update the scores. So we have Tank Pro, win and fastest lap, Kyle. Second, Dutchy. In third, James. Fourth. Six. Checo. 7. That was P9. Chris. 10th. 11th for Simon. 12th for Bailey. Alright. So if everything goes to plan, again, bring up the scores and see race number 2, it's 62 for ART and 54 for AHR, which gives us an divisional overall score for 132 ART and 100 for AHR. Well done, great racing to finish regular season here at CTC 2024. 9 cracking match days head versus head teams. So yeah, thank you all for being a part of CTC, for watching. Of that, the host has already ended that game. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, so we go back to the full screen. Yeah, so that was match day 9. In, as I said, in 2 weeks' time, we have the final four. It is RTR against AHR and ORT against Esports Racesaler. And the winners will battle it out for all of the glory. Yeah, teasers, the announcements, they will drop in the next couple of days for that final four, so watch out for that. And as usual, we have full coverage, full live stream with commentary for the final for you as well. So yeah, I hope to see you there. And GG, yeah, and bye. Bye.